R. Roy in Tech. Introducing the serviceable innovative ideas.
Welcome back again to the new to our new video here, where we'll be talking about general coupling. So we'll be connecting all our components together, from the battery to the module, then to the switch, and then to the LED bulb. So we'll be starting with creating our space for the switch using our saw blade. So the first thing first, since we'll be placing our module at this side, then it's suitable to put our switch at this end. So don't forget, this is the on, that is the off. So we'll be placing it around the side, so I will be giving it a mark. So this is just to measure the size of the switch. So I have cut the distance. So I have to be careful about it so that it won't be more more larger than the size of the switch. And also you have to be careful, be conscious of the breadth too, so that it won't be much. So I need to cut it to bend it. So I'll be using the file, or still can still cut it a bit using our cutter. So I've cut it a bit, so I need to put the switch inside so it doesn't enter. So I have to use our file to expand it a little. So after filing, now I have to check it again if the switch can enter comfortably. So not yet, so I have to file it a bit again. So I think it has entered, but it's yet to enter complete. Is because if we are to place our this on it, you see that there will be a space here, so I have to file it here so that it can enter. So I've been able to finish perfectly. So we got to check it here. So notice that this is what is rhymed to the tip of this. So that means if we have to place our cover on it, there won't be space. We have to not let it to be any space there as much as possible. So our next thing is to connect all the components together. We could remember so the reason why I'm putting this here is to be easy for to solder anything to it, to be easier for it. So if you could remember our last talk in our theoretical aspects, we say from the module to the battery and the output will go to the load. So there will be a switch that will be breaking the circuit either from the output positive or output negative. Now, so the batteries will be connected to the battery terminals, or the module will be connected to the positive terminal. So our positive, our negative. Then one part of the output, either the positive or the negative side, will be connected to the switch. So we're doing that in just a few seconds now. So I've bring out wires. So before cutting the wires, so I have to place my module here and measure the wire before connecting it so that it can reach the sides of the positive and negative. So I'm connecting the positive of the battery to the positive terminal of the module. So you have to be careful. You don't want your module to get much heat. So just try and do it quick and remove your soldering iron from the module as fast as possible. So that's the reason why we are first putting our LED, our LED to the part we want to sew together, so that it could be fast and possible, be fast. So the next thing is to join the switch, and also we'll be using our resistor. I forgot to add it to the circuit diagram I explained earlier. So instead of connecting the switch to the module directly, you can first solder it here at the negative side. Now I said earlier that the switch can either be at the positive or the negative side. So professionally, it's good to be at the positive side so that it can so I forgot to put the LED at this tip here. So I'll be connecting it to any part of the switch. Yeah. So the resistor serves as just like an extension leg for the switch. So I'm yet to glue this module to the case because I have to make sure that all these are in correct measurement. So the second part of the switch will be connected to the load, as I've explained in the what's called in the circuit diagram, in the circuit analysis, and why the positive side of the output will be connected to the positive terminal of the load too. So we'll do that in seconds. Yeah. So I just include I've connect a connect wire to the positive side of the output. So this will be joining this will be going to the positive side of the load. Yeah. Now before I proceed, so I've connected the negative part of the negative part of the load. I connected it through the aid of the resistor, that's 4.7 ohms resistor, to the one part of the switch. Then I brought it out with a wire that will be connecting it towards to the negative part of the load. And if you could notice, the wire I'm using is black and red, so professionally. So, and also the red color wire stands from the positive side of a DC, while the black wire stands for the negative side of the DC. Since I'm through with soldering this, so I'll be gluing it to the case with hot glue gun. So I'll connect it now. Continue. So before our hot glue gun starts anything, I made a mistake here. I didn't take note of the positive side of the LED and the negative side. So a way to do it is just to connect this to the battery directly, but it's very risky. So because I forgot to measure it, so firstly I have to remove this wire so that I can use the wire I have. So before removing the wire, I'll just have to note the positive terminal of the LED and the negative terminal. So I have to place it here. So it's now on. So I have to turn it to check. You have to do it as fast so that see it's on. So since I have known the positive and negative side, I have to take note and connect it when connecting it together. So our hot glue gun is ready. So it will be doing two works here. Firstly is to gum this together, but before that we have to remeasure our what's called our charger, so that we'll be sure we didn't, because we have glued it to this case. Okay, so good. So we have to put the glue beneath the what's it called, where we're placing our motor. So you have to be quick as possible. So we check. Okay, so you can just let it hold still, and that's okay. You can also proceed by gluing it around here, so at the side of the motor. So the reason is that the customer you're giving can be using force to put in the charger, so for it to what, not to remove quickly. So but I won't suggest using what's it called, super glue, because the chemical can affect the motor. So the next thing we are using our super glue is to gum this the batteries to the case. So before that, I have to glue the batteries together here. Then I have to place the glue beneath so that it can glue it from below, then from the top too. For more firmness. Good. Then glue it at the top here too. Can glue it here too. Then can glue it here, and then we glue it here too. So because this kind of touch, it can be falling down, so you have to make sure the batteries are glued very well. So the next thing is to change our wire, because we're using the wire connected here to the bulb. Okay, I have removed what's called the former wires connected to it. So we have to be conscious of, I make a hole here so that it can fit in when I want to screw this to the case. So since I'll be screwing it this way, so I have to make sure to be closer here so that the wires, I think the wire I use is too small sheet, so I have to add a longer wire to it. So I was able to find a trick, so I just try and bend it. So I'll bend it to connect it here, the second wire to its terminal. So you can just test it. So it's working. So it remains for us to connect it together. So it's closed now. So we're using the screw of this case. Oh yeah, we just try and transfer. Just try and put the screw in it after making measurement. So it's not necessary to use this kind of case. So if you have any other idea to use any kind of case, so that is even more better than this, so you can go high with that. You see the brightness. So let me off this lamp here and check it out. Okay, so I've off the light. So let me on this. You see how bright it is? Very bright. It's very bright. So let's check our what's it called? Let me know the right. Let's check our charging. So I connect this charger to a power bank. So I'll just place it here. See that it brought the twin lights. Let's open it. You see, first light. So that's the first LED. The red LED, so meaning it's charging like this. It's charging. One thing about this is that you may connect this module to all this battery and it may not work. So another way to do is just to first put charger to it so it can what? It can activate this module. So modules needs to be activated with what? Charging it first. So I think yes, we have to do what's it called? Another code for this. Right. So we'll do that now. So I made a mistake. I should have tried and connect this to the module before total what's it called? Total packaging, total coupling. So no problem. You can still find a way of doing it. So the first thing was to make a O to this module. So what I usually do is by trying to create trying to place it around this side, so that I'll be using super glue, and this time around I'll be using super glue with hot glue gun. So I'll place it here so that the super glue can commit together here. So you might be thinking, why am I using this second why am I using two soldering? So this soldering is used to make hole to plastic. So it's not advisable to use the soldering you're using to solder your components to what? To make a hole to anything or burn anything, because the tip of the lead can get spoiled, so it won't solder very well. So I have to wait a little bit for this to be a bit hot, and I used to make yeah. So I think it's a bit hot now, so I'll move it down a little bit so that if I want to close it, it will be able to close. So I have to check it here, make a bit of it, so to be sure if we are in the right path. So here's it. So because I'm not with the materials, the drilling machine to use, so this is what I'm using for now. So the next is to get a knife. So I use knife to make the hole bigger. So I've made the hole so the main part of the DC jack can enter conveniently. So I have to what? Place it inside and check. So next thing is to put super glue to gum it before using our hot glue gun. So I'm using my super glue, so I'll carefully put it at this tip here. I have to put the female and male switch together to make sure is at the right glove. So then I can remove it, so that if there's a mistake with this, you see now there's a super glue with it, so if I do it like that, it will stick to it and be forced, it will be hard to remove back. So I'll let it dry a bit, or I can further still continue putting the yeah, and not this place. So after I notice it's dry, so the next thing is just to test again if it's center. Good. Then we have to put our hot glue around it, so to be what double sure is what is perfectly glued to the case, because customer can mistakenly force it in. So to withstand a lot of force and pressure, so that's why we are using super glue and what's called an hot glue gun. So I removed it so that you can conveniently, let me join this wire back. So let's talk about this. You see, this is the main part of the DC plug. So this is the main part. It has the smaller one and the longer one. So the smaller one is connected to the inner part of the plug. Good. It's connected to the inner part of the plug, while the longer one is connected to the outer part of the of this DC jack, and the outer part is what is the positive side, while the inner part is what the negative the positive part, while the outer part is the negative part. Sorry. So the next thing is to get a USB cord that will be connecting the positive of the USB cord to the negative of the positive of this jack, and the negative to the negative of this jack. So this is USB cord, so you can get one in the market, or if you have one at home, you can just use it. So one thing about USB cord is that there are some USB cord that has only 2 wires, which will be the positive and the negative, and there are some USB cord that has 4 wires, which will include the white and the green color wire. So those 2 wires, the white and the green, are usually the one for the data connection, meaning that if you have to connect it to your system, it will work. But if the USB is of just only 2 wires, so you connect it to your system with your phone, it won't detect anything connected. The system won't detect anything. But if it's a USB cord that has 4 wires, so the 2 extra wires are meant for the data connection between the computer and a phone. So if you come across USB cord with 4 wires, so you just only need to neglect these 2 wires while connecting the remaining 2 the red and the red wire to the what is called to the DC jack. So before that, so you firstly have to put your, because after you connect this, you have to close this back so that it will cover the naked connection here. So first we have to put your wire inside. Sorry, you have to connect your wire inside this. So I'm just using this as a key sample. So I'll be doing it back because I'm using this USB for nothing else. So then you put your what's it called, your LED to this so that it will be easily connected here. Or you may just, since this has a hole, you can just put it. So I told you the small one is the positive side of the DC jack. So then you solder it together. I'll do that now. Another thing is that after you connect one, is what is advisable to what? Find a cell tape, especially paper tape, to cover it, because stress can allow it to touch each other, which is not good. So I just remember I forgot to join the mat here, this mat, this to the positive side of this the positive side. Now I made mention that this is the positive side, while this is the negative side, the two terminals. So I'll be joining this part here to the positive side, while this to the negative side. So I'm joining it here now. So be careful so that the positive and negative sides won't link to each other. We're talking about this and this now. DC electricity. So I'm joining the negative part of the module to the DC jack now. So as you can see, you see the positive. The positive is beneath here, side to the positive of the jack, DC jack, while the negative is connected to the negative part of the jack. So next thing is to cross check the power bank is charging, you see. So this can serve as an underarm. So what I need now is to just close this up. So I have to select this side too. Let's do that now. I want to lock this. So let's replace it. It's charging. So you have to use the normal cord here too. You see that it will also be charging. So that's all for so that'll be all for modify rechargeable lamp. So I hope it is a much bit clearer. If you have any question, you can send me a message on my WhatsApp. I'll be giving you my WhatsApp number at the end of the at the end of this video. So also there is I'll be talking about a course on a full course on power solution. So you can hang this on the wall with these holes here, this hole or these holes. So you can hang it on the wall. So we want a course, full course on what's it called, on power solution, where you can build a solar powered torch lights with LED bulbs, solar power battery pack. So that's a modified power bank too that can charge your phone using solar, so you won't need to depend on electricity. And also solar powered battery pack that can charge your laptop or power your TV. That's the plasma TV that uses charger, and it can power your DC bulbs too. So I will send you the link in the group on the course outline. So bye for now. So this will be the end of our of this particular class. So my name once again is Redwan Ajimovic. My company name is Aroyan Tech International. So till next time, have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching my video.